Okay, I restarted this live. I'm not quite sure what happened, but our connection dropped. Our connection dropped, so we're just going to start this over again. Wait for you all to join. 2.1. Okay, thank you all for jumping back on. Not quite sure what happened with our connection there, but we're going to keep it going, my beautiful people. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much for coming in. Young Executive, I see you. Renee Taylor, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Grand Rising to you all. Sinead, how are you, my queen? Let's keep going. I know some of you are saying, who is this woman on our live? I'm just thankful and honored to unofficially be a part of the Youth Empowerment Show. Carl reached out to me and just asked if I could join you all in this wonderful Black Authors Challenge. I actually kicked it off to him last Friday, so it's definitely come full circle. Yes, let's go. Everybody's back in. Everybody's back in. I hope your morning is starting on a positive note. Let's wait for our amazing guest this morning who's going to be joining us, Darrin Henson. He doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to make sure to give him one. So let's keep going here. Let's let everybody come in. Thank you. Thank you. Tag your friends, tag your family, tag your kids. Let's get our youth excited. Let's get them motivated this morning. Yes, let's go. So excited. Thank you. Oh, thanks for doing this interview. I'm honored. Thank you all for pulling me in. All right, so we'll give this another minute or two. Hopefully there's no more connection issues. I'm on that 5G. I'm not even taking a chance with Wi-Fi. So let's go, 5G. All right, let's go. Heaven's Angel, good morning. Nikki Knowledge, good morning, my queen. All right, let me wave back at some of you. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to paste and pin a comment. Let's go. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to pin it. I think I figured it out. Yes. Okay. So thank you again for joining us this morning. This is the Black Authors Challenge with the legendary Darrin D. Henson. Okay. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to go. Let's give them a minute to join connections. Good morning. Good morning. Grand Rising to you. How are you?
Grand Risings to you, Queen. Blessings. How are you?
Thank you. I'm just filled with light. I'm so humbled and honored to be speaking with you this morning and just getting our youth encouraged about following their dreams, about figuring out how to put those steps in place to figure out those goals and attain those goals for themselves, right? Not just thinking it in their head, but definitely dreaming big. So I know you don't need an introduction, but I'm going to give you one nonetheless. So for those of us joining, thank you so much. Grand Rising to you all. My name is Nyakana. I'm a children's book author of the Nyazuri series, and I am so excited to partner up with the Youth Empowerment Show and bring you a exclusive virtual book reading with the legendary Darrin D. Henson. So for those of you that don't know, let me just give you a quick little Carfax, okay? We are talking legendary choreographer, director, author, producer, entrepreneur, and I'm sure the list goes on and on and on and on. I'm sure you've seen his face in the amazing Soul Food show, which was, I think, the longest running Black drama in TV history. Okay. Yeah. And then if you did it, maybe you saw him in Stomp the Yard, or maybe you saw him behind the scenes with some of the biggest stars, showing them how to go through their moves. Yes, that's right. Jennifer Lopez, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Christina Aguilera. I know the list goes on and on. So join me in welcoming and giving him and showering him with so much love and positive energy this morning, Darrin D. Henson. Thank you so much. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Show me the hearts down below. Yes, fire, fire.
Thank you. I've got to say something real quick, and this isn't your fault. Somebody wrote this a long time ago, but it's not true. I never choreographed for Backstreet. It was NSYNC. But so that I have to correct people sometimes because I don't want to take away the work that someone else did on that particular group. So it's all love. It's all love.
It's all love. The internet is live. No. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for taking on this Black Authors Challenge. I know you just wrapped up with Young Executive, and we're just taking this on the second platform, also targeting our youth, wanting to give them some motivation while they're in quarantine right now, trying to figure out this virtual learning, as well as our parents that are home, trying to figure out how to balance it all. So we're here this morning to talk about your book, Life's Teachable Moments. Got it right here. Thank you so much for just dropping this gem and spreading your message. So before we kind of get into everything, do you want to share with us the inspiration behind writing this book and wanting to leave this message for the world?
Absolutely. You know, when I wrote this book, this was the first book that I wrote, which was called Intimate Thoughts in the Spirit of Change. And then Life Teachable Moments was the fourth book. And
Mm.
the information is actually in the title, Life Teachable Moments. It was really about growth. It's about ascension. It's about
Yeah.
developing. It's about rising. And what I
Mm.
wanted to do was I wanted to become intentionally in some sorts a griot that is telling stories, but a young griot who's telling
Yeah.
stories that people can learn from. Because what I find in society is that people keep making the same mistake. You know, it's like a dog who keeps chasing his tail. You know,
Yeah.
not the greatest analogy, but people visually can understand that. The dog just keeps going around and around, or a hamster in a wheel, right? It's moving, but it's not getting anywhere,
Not getting
right?
anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that when you if you're it's like exercising. When you're exercising, you want to utilize the exercise not just to be running on a treadmill, right? But you're running on the treadmill because what? Because you're trying to detoxify. You're wanting to sweat. You want to lose weight. You want your blood flow to be greater. You want
Yeah.
your heart to beat well. You are cleaning out your system. So
Mm.
in that aspect, if we do that run like the hamster, it has to be intentional because we're using that time, space, and exercise for something.
Exactly.
And so Life's Teachable Moments is about taking advantage of the opportunities daily to scribe what happened in your day, why it may have happened, what
Mm.
did I learn from it, so tomorrow I don't repeat the cycle.
No, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Speaking on evolving, speaking on transforming, for those of you that don't know or that have just joined, we are on with legendary Darrin Henson. Okay. And not only has he been nominated once, but twice for NAACP Image Award. Your portrayal of Lem Adams in Soul Food, going from ex-convict and then evolving into a businessman. Based on that transformation, what message do you want to give our young men and young men and grown men that are tuning in right now, looking to transform their lives at this point?
One of the things that I would humbly say is come as you are, but don't stay as you are.
Mm.
We have to grow. We have to go through it. And some of the things that are potentially painful are there to teach us, which is why they're calling them growing pains, right? When you grow, it can be painful. Growing pains, right? It's synonymous. Growth is synonymous with pain. And so when you don't look at it as a bad thing, but an expected thing, the pain kind of goes away and then the teachable moment shows up, right?
Mm.
So it's a transference of energy. It's a transference of one mental of this is happening to me to this is happening for me.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. Let's look at some of these comments below. Guys, throw your questions below. Okay, let me see some hearts. He is dropping some serious gems right now. Okay, wake up. He is dropping some gems. I hope you're taking notes. Throw me some hearts. Throw me some flames. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, throw me some hearts. Throw me some flames. Let's see if there are any questions that anybody has dropped before we continue. Maybe we can get an exclusive little excerpt, if you wouldn't mind reading from one of the chapters that you think that would just
Absolutely.
motivate our young people this morning and their parents and their families that have been going quarantine crazy, looking for motivation, how to stay focused, how to take this time to really will things to themselves, not
There's a,
sitting on
there's
the
a
thing.
there's a quote that I wrote that I want to read, and I just want to start with that quote because it's so
Absolutely.
powerful to me. Um, when I was on with Young Exec, there was something I said: when you go within, you'll never do without,
Mm.
right? Because the giver's hands are never empty, right? Because the universe is abundant. So when you give, you'll always get. The giver's hands are never empty. But this is what I wanted to say. No one can save you from yourself. That's your job.
Yes.
What that simply means is somebody might say, I don't need to be saved from myself. You don't, right? So when we think about not pointing the finger at someone else, but pointing it at us. Sometimes we have to save ourselves from ourselves. Nobody can save us from ourselves, meaning it's going to be up to us to be calm. It's going to be up to us to focus, right?
Yes.
Follow one course until successful, or forget others, creating unnecessary stress, right? That's up to us. No one can get us out of bed earlier, an hour earlier, to meditate or to pray or to exercise or all of the above, right? You can do the quadrant every 15 minutes. You can wake up, you can pray, then you can meditate, then you can exercise, right? Then you can eat before you leave, the quadrant, right? Focus, meditate, pray, exercise, eat. All in 1 hour. Every 15 minutes, switch something.
Let's do it. Let's
No
do
one
it. I
can,
always say,
no
I feel
one
like
can do
people need
that.
to apply discipline. Where is
Yeah,
the
no,
discipline? At
yes,
the end of the day, you're only going to reach the bar that you set for yourself. So it's time to level up. And that's a wonderful thing about this time right now. Let's take this negative in this world pandemic. How can we transform it? How can we look at it from a different point of view? Use it. You've always had this time. No one's giving you this time back. You've always actually had this time. It's a new perspective. Like you said, let's dig in. Don't point that finger at somebody else. You have four fingers pointing back at you. Like you said, look within. What can you do to challenge yourself? How can you level yourself up?
that's right.
Absolutely. You know,
And so that's so important, and once we change our language, we change everything. So
yeah.
people have a tendency to say, we're minority, right? Well, the key word in minority is minor, right? Less than. Change that. We're not minorities. We're the majority, right? So when we think about the majority of what? The majority of the people who want this earth to heal, the majority of people who want to be better, the majority of people who want to be healthier. So what you focus on comes about. You bring it about because we magnetize it. So when I say no one can save you from yourself, that's your job. You have to still yourself enough to allow yourself to receive the information of what it is that you truly need so you can get what you desire.
Yes.
Still yourself enough so you can get what you need so you can get what you desire.
Are you guys writing this down? I hope you're writing this down. Let's take some notes. Put it in your phone. Screen record this, screenshot it, share this, share this, share this. Okay, for those of you that just joined, we are here with legendary Darrin Henson. He is dropping gems from his book, Life's Teachable Moments, okay, getting us motivated to attract the things that we want in our lives, not, throwing back on old excuses, but actually pushing ourselves and willing things to ourselves. Let's actually jump into the comments because I see lots of questions here. So I don't want to ignore our group, our team. So we have Introvert Chronicles asked, how did you land the role for movies?
Wow, it really, really interesting enough. I'll share this with you guys real quick. This is my Moon Man, my MTV Music Award.
Yeah, someone screenshot that. What in the
that
comments?
that happened. Here you go. Here you go.
Screenshot. There we go.
So that happened because all of my dreams came true as a dancer and a choreographer. I worked with Michael Jackson. I worked with Prince, and everybody prior to what they knew from Darrin's Dance Schools back here, right? Darrin's Dance Schools, the DVD. Prior to that, I literally had worked with everybody I wanted to work with. And once that happened in 1999, I choreographed for Jordan Knight. It was a song called Give It To You. And we lost to Ricky Martin, who did Vida Loca. So what a great guy, what a great song to lose to. But at that time, I was very frustrated. I was very sad that I lost because I thought I was going to win the MTV Music Award that year. And it didn't happen. So I said, you know what? I'm satisfied. I worked with Michael. I worked with Prince and everybody underneath, right?
Yes.
In my opinion, you had Michael and Prince, right? And so I said, I'm just going to start acting. And so I started going on open calls and open auditions for movies and TV shows. And then I lucked up to get the audition for Soul Food. And it was funny because I talked about this yesterday. I auditioned for Soul Food, and after I auditioned, I got on the plane and went to England and choreographed the Spice Girls World Tour. And
that's that grind. That's that hustle. Never stop
yeah,
moving. Yes.
and I didn't think about it for a month. When I came back, I got a call and said they want to see you again for the role of Lem on Soul Food. So I went to the call back, and the way the story goes, I wind up booking the job. So I actually did the audition, didn't think about it much, let it go, went and did what I love to do. So I stayed in the positive energy field, right? Here's the lesson. Here's the teachable moment.
Here we
I
go.
stayed in the energy field that was positive, that was loving, that was growing for me, and that attracted more. And then I auditioned and I got the role of Lem Van Adams, and that literally opened the door for me for what people know today as Darrin Henson, the actor.
Look at that. Look at that, guys. Let me see some hearts. Let me see some hearts. You see what it takes? Do you see how you have to continually push yourself to take these risks? Speaking of risks, and you had mentioned 20-year anniversary. It is the 20th anniversary of NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye, which snagged you that
In
amazing
June.
Moon Man.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah,
creative.
it's the 20th anniversary in June, and it's so exciting because we're wrapping out my documentary, Darrin Henson, Darrin's Dance Crew's Untold Story, which people will see later on this year.
Okay.
But we're wrapping that out, and it's exciting because when I look back at it, I think I had to go through things to grow through things, and now I can glow through things. And it's one of those teachable moments once again for me to go, what did I learn? And I went through a lot of growing. I promise you. I went through breakups. I went through divorce. I went through a lot, and yet and still God has always shown and proved to be the rock. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to see who the rock at the bottom really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And find that God and goddess within. Find
That's
that
right.
God and goddess within. And actually, what I was going to ask is, in celebration of that 20-year anniversary, of that amazing accomplishment, as a creative, do you think it's important to take risks?
Oh, it's everything. The word knowledge, the way I break it down, it's keywords of action. Knowledge. Most people say knowledge is power, but I say knowledge is only potential power. And
Okay.
people might say, well, what do you mean, Darrin? I'll explain. KNO, W, no. And then the next part of the word is LEDGE. Well, what bridges knowing and the ledge?
Mm.
Jumping, which is an action. Because once you know, you have to jump off the ledge. So knowledge mixed with action becomes powerful because knowledge within itself is only potential power. In order for the knowledge to be powerful, in order for that knowledge to work for you, you have to do something. So you have to be in action or active of that particular knowledge. So you must take action.
There
It's
we
an
go.
action word. So you got to do something. If you want something to change, you have to change in life first. If you want something to change, you have to think better. Thinking better is an action in life. If you want something to change in your life, you have to call somebody. Calling is an action. They're all verbs. They're actions that you have to take. You have to email. You have to write a letter. You have to ask a question. You have to read a book.
Yes.
You have to do something.
Most
You
definitely.
must take action.
You guys hear those gems? I see those hearts. You see those hearts coming to you? All right. Thank you so much, guys. Throw those hearts, throw your comments, throw your questions down below. Let's show our brothers some love here for dropping these gems, taking action, putting your goals into action, not just keeping them within your bank right here. And then like Young Executive has always said, not letting that being buried with you, right? That knowledge and that your worth right there. So let's take a look and just see if there's any other questions. I know we have so many people engaged this morning. Thank you so much for joining. For those of you that have just jumped on or just tagged somebody who just jumped on, thank you for joining. the Youth Empowerment Show. My name is Nyakana at Nyazuri. I'm here. I'm very excited to be partnering with you all. We have the legendary Darrin D. Henson, who has accepted our Black Authors Challenge. He's dropping some gems from his amazing book, Life's Teachable Moments, getting our youth encouraged, getting our families, our parents, our communities encouraged to take action, not being dormant, not letting your thoughts be dormant, and not letting your thoughts be destructive to yourself as well. So let's see if there are any other questions here before maybe we can get one more little excerpt before we go. I know we've held you a little bit longer than anticipated, and you're a busy man.
Oh, no, you're absolutely fine. I wanted to, while the comments are coming in, I wanted to read chapter 9 from Life's Teachable Moments.
Yes.
And it's called Withdrawals and Deposits.
Okay.
And so it was really something that I thought would make sense to be on the show with you today because of what deposits and withdrawals represents. And again, this is chapter 9 in Life's Teachable Moments. And hopefully it will bless some people listening and watching with us right now. It says, I'd like to present a question to you. If you deposit $100 in the bank, is it logical to try to withdraw $1,000? You see, most people look at getting something without having put in. That would be the equivalent to depositing $100 and trying to withdraw $1,000. In society, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, most people believe that success is instantaneous. Sometimes we can look at Instagram as being instant gratification. We think everything happens now. People want the results of success, but not really what it takes to do the work. The rule of thumb is it's never someone else's fault. Always our learning curves that we're dealing with. Our relationship with patience, our relationship with taking action, relationships to listening, our relationship with application, our relationship with procrastination, our relationships with society, who are ready most of the time to point the finger. What really should happen is that people should look in the mirror and ask themselves, am I aware of what I am doing? Not should do, but am doing. Do we know the direction that we're going in? Do we have an idea of what we really want and what we are really ready to get? And if we're willing to get something, that means we're willing to give. Giving is the deposit. Getting is the withdrawal. Not all situations are going to be comfortable, but you can live beyond your comfort zone. Can you be self-activated when you feel you don't like doing something? Sometimes people don't want to get out of the bed. They're like, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything today. I really just want to chill. But if those people who are tied to intention and their vision, who are the ones that are driven by their vision, vision pulls you. You don't have to push anymore. People who don't have vision, they're just looking for something. So they're pushing. When you have vision, your vision pulls you. And that's what I wanted to talk about with you, because I know you have great vision. When you were talking about doing this Black Authors Challenge, this is a vision, and it's something that won't be easy. It's not easy, but we're not looking for easy. We're looking for results, right? We're looking for outcomes. We don't write to-do lists, because when you write to-do lists, you'll always have more to do. We want to write outcome lists.
Yes,
right?
I like that.
We want to write outcome lists.
Write that down, everybody.
Yeah, we want outcome lists, because out comes whatever it is that we desire from the outcome list, because then you can see what you're achieving. You can also see the results of what you're getting, and what you're getting is not producing the results. Then we can change during the process to get the outcome. And when that outcome finishes, we're moving on to the next outcome. So let's write outcome lists, not to-do lists.
Outcome list. I love that. I'm going to change my own daily agenda, and I'm going to start writing outcome lists. And on my whiteboard, outcome list. All right, everybody, write that down. Write down that gem. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I want to throw those hearts down. Throw those hearts, throw those claps, throw those fires. Tag your friends, tag your family, have them jump on. You definitely need to hear these life teachable moments that are coming through right now. And I was actually going through some of our comments and questions. We have a question from Brene Taylor. Shout out to you, Queen. She actually also accepted our Black Authors Challenge over the weekend. She asked, what has been your greatest lesson in maintaining longevity in this business?
Wow, thank you for that question. I appreciate you. And please forgive me because we just kind of went right in. But I just want to say love and light, peace and blessings to everybody. If you're on the East Coast, in New York especially, which is my hometown, I'm from the Bronx. I'm just sending you so much love and so much light. And I pray for protection over you and your family. Um, Simply put, if you give up on Monday, there is no Tuesday. So I just truly believe in the destiny of why I'm here. I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to make a change. And I have to know that. I have to know that the sun will rise tomorrow. No matter what's going on here, the sun is going to come back up. The moon is going to come up at night. So I know as long as I keep moving, Dr. Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just one step at a time. Just one step at a time.
One step at a time, most
Just
definitely.
one step at a time. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. He says, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, think, right, about how. If you think you can get somebody to pick you up and carry you, you can get somebody to roll you, but keep going.
Just keep going. Just keep pushing. Thank you so much, Darrin. I don't know how much time you have left for us. We want to thank
I'm good.
you.
I'm here with you.
You're
I'm
here with us. Thank you for rocking with us. For those of you that just joined, or maybe you missed that gem, we are here with Darrin Henson. Check out the pinned comment below. You can order his books at darrinhenson.com. Jump on his merch, Life's Teachable Moments. You see it right there. Thank you for throwing the flames and the hearts. Yes, yes. We see your books. Thank you for giving us so much of these gems and this positivity this morning as we're all searching, trying to figure out how to fine-tune our paths right now on our individual journeys. So thank you for joining the Youth Empowerment Show. My name is Nyakana at Nyazuri. I'm just excited to partner up with Yes and bring you this message this morning from, once again, Darrin D. Henson. I'm just going to take a look. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. That's all for you, and more love and more hearts to all of you. Times that by a million. Let's see if there's any other questions below. And make sure you subscribe to the Youth Empowerment Show YouTube page, okay? Let's stay active. Click, subscribe, do the bell, all that stuff, okay? We want to be waking you up all hours of the day and night.
That's right. Anna, I got to tell you, to have a platform and to use it to be expansive, especially right now, is so important because there's talk about the prefix, qua, the QU, A, R of it all. It's or quadrant, it's only a percentage, like the quarter of someone's day. It's only a percentage. It's not all. So I think that we have to be mindful not to, immerse ourselves or submerge ourselves in this being, some people say they feel like they're in jail. Some people feel like, it's only a quarter of, your physical protection. People say it's social distancing. I think that was the wrong term to give it in the beginning. I think it should have been physical distancing. I think so. What happens is people are not always responding as strong as they could because I think the title doesn't lend itself to it, right? It shouldn't be social distancing. We should be very social because social assists in communication. It should be physical distancing, not social distancing. I think whoever created that slogan is doing a disservice and an injustice to what the desired result is. I think that was the first thing that needed to be corrected. It should be physical distancing, not social distancing. So that's important to correct in our mind.
Absolutely. Let's stay connected. Did you all hear that? Let's stay connected during this time, not social distancing, just physical distancing. If anything, we should be coming together, uplifting and elevating one another more now than ever. Just looking through these questions, I see executive producer Sherry75 Nadine asked, Darrin, which movie set did you love the most? Oh, Darrin, I think you paused there. Did we lose you? Okay, we have you.
Am I there? Okay. I think I gotta.
I'm just making sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna pull it in closer. I think I gotta plug up.
Okay. Take your time. Take your time. We'll let you get your cords and get everything that you need. For those of you that are just joined in, we have Darrin Henson, legendary author, producer, director, actor, choreographer, joining us from the West Coast, giving us some gems from his books and most notably Life's Teachable Moments, getting us encouraged, getting us out of bed, helping us set that bar higher, helping us be conscious of our thoughts, putting those things into action, how to get our dreams going by actually attaining our goals and setting our outcome list, not our to-do list, not our agendas, not our task list, but our outcome list.
That's right. And I think that's important when you just stop and you assess where you are in life now, not where you were 2 years ago, not a year ago, not 5 years ago, but where you are right now and what you're capable of doing in the now. And the now for me represents the new opportunity window. N, new, O, opportunity, W, window. New opportunity window is now. And what you're capable of doing when you put your mind to it is amazing. So I would utilize this time right now to enhance the mental focus of whatever it was that I was trying, better said, whatever it is I desire to create. And so, with that being said, give yourself permission. Don't look for permission from anyone else. I have new T-shirts, and I'll talk about that in a second, that are really motivating towards giving yourself permission to live in your greatness. Like I have one T-shirt that says, "Most High has already validated me. I don't need your permission." And so it's they're really beautiful T-shirts that represent, I think, our highest self. And it's on Instagram. It's at gods.billboards T-shirts. At gods.billboard T-shirts.
Darrin, if you want to drop that in the comments, I'll go ahead and pin it, but please continue.
Okay. And what they are is they're sometimes we don't want to speak. Sometimes we just I'm moving around way too much over here. Sorry, you guys. No, there's not an earthquake happening, thank God. But it's really a way for us to not speak, but let our shirts do the talking. Right? It says, I have one T-shirt that says, "Good things take time, so don't ask me my age." Right? So they're fun ways to, I think, express ourselves and to really put our best foot forward, because I think that's important right now. And one of the other things that we have to do, I think that's very necessary, is kind of remove the word try from our vocabulary. Do or don't do. But there is no such thing as trying.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as trying. If you try to brush your teeth, what does that look like? Either you're brushing your teeth or you're not.
There's either action or no action.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, that's a word that we should remove from our vocabulary, I think. And so when we speak to improving our lives, we must speak to taking actions. We must speak to improvement within itself. And improvement within itself means to move towards the act, not try. Just do.
Just do. Are you guys writing this down? Please continue. I just want to make sure our youth, let's write these gems down. Put these on your whiteboard. Stick them on your mirrors. Put it on your nightstand, your bed. Put it on your door, whatever you need to do while you're brushing your teeth and taking action every morning.
And speaking to the youth, specifically the youth, the young ones, from 16 to maybe, 24 years of age, this is specifically for you. This is a time for you to transfer. I don't want to say disconnect because people don't like being disconnected. But this is time for you to use your creative space to develop something right now. This is time for you to say, okay, this is happening, but what do I want when this is over? And start developing it. Start writing now. Start positioning in your mind what you would do if tomorrow we were told we can go outside. Hopefully, you're going to go outside with masks as well and gloves. But now that I've had the time to sit down, I know what I really, really want to do. And not just want it, but actively be in a position to developing yourself. A lot of people, and I have to say this for those people out there because they exist. I myself did not want to go to college. I didn't. And I'll be very honest. People go, well, I know you went to university. I know you went to college. I never went to college. I've spoken in HBCUs. I've spoken in Ivy League schools. And, you know, and when I said I never went to college, people gasped when I told them that because they couldn't believe. But I did read the books of the people who did go to college. That was the difference. I didn't want to sit in a chair for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. But
Yeah.
I knew to be astute enough to read the books of the people who did. So I knowledged myself. And I learned different languages. I traveled. And one of the reasons I did that is because I learned words don't teach, life teaches.
Experiences, yes.
Experiences teach you. So I was able to learn to speak Spanish. I was able to learn to speak Japanese. I learned to speak French. And I went to those countries and used the language. And so for me, that was the life that I desired. And I think it's very important for people to be honest with themselves and to tell the truth. It's not okay to give up. It's not okay to drop out. If it's not dropping out if you have a plan of action about how to develop yourself and to move towards your end result.
Yes.
Have goals. What is it that you want to say? What is it that you want them to write in your obituary? Think about it. Some people are being buried without funerals, without wakes, without family members being around. What is it that you want people to say about you? Develop it. Write it now. Create your history now and give them what you want them to talk about. If you left today or tomorrow, what will people say about you other than they were a sweet person, they were a nice person? What do you want people to consider that you contributed? What did you do for someone else? What did you teach someone else because you yourself learned it and you could pass it on?
What are you going to be remembered by? All my young
Yeah.
people tuning in, all my older people tuning in, looking to transform their lives, looking again on this journey. I hope you're writing these gems down. I hope you're writing these gems down. What is your legend going to be? Create your vision now. Create your vision so you have something that you can attain. You need to see it. You need to feel it. You need to believe in it. And I know our time is starting to run out. I'm waiting for that 2-minute warning because I know we started around, I think, 11:40. So before we lose you, I was looking through the comments. I don't see too many more questions, but I just see so much love. I hope you're receiving it there. So much love and
If
support
anybody
from our
has
network.
a question, feel free to ask. I mean, I'm an open book right now, so please take the opportunity to ask. I mean, now that we have this, think about it. 20 years ago, I wish I could have sat down with Denzel Washington or Lawrence Fishburne or Delroy Lindo and asked them questions. Like, ask, take the opportunity, be proactive about a question.
Absolutely. And if you wanted to drop that link for the shirts for God's Billboard, please drop it in the comments. I'll go ahead and pin it. Guys. Thank you so much for your love. I have young executive. You have till almost 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, we'll keep the conversation going. You let us know when you need to wrap. We have. Let's see if there's any other questions. Please drop your questions below while we have them. Okay, drop your questions below. Drop your love. Drop your feedback. We have people. Oh, let's see. Food for thought. Talk that talk. Some great conversations happening now, but you need to also give people their flowers and appreciation while they're still alive. Yes. Can we get the flowers while we're still here? Can we smell and enjoy them while we're still here? Time to put the work in, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Let's see, any other questions? If I'm skipping over you, please just drop the questions again. I'm trying to go through them. There's so much great conversation and engagement. I see those hearts. Keep dropping those hearts. Tag your friends, tag your family, tag your neighbors, tag everybody to jump on into this. We are sitting down with the legendary Darrin Henson. He's giving us life's teachable moments, spreading the joy, spreading the positivity, getting us encouraged, getting us out of our maybe destructive mindsets and getting us into a positive, healthy mindset where we are growing ourselves and fulfilling our destinies on our paths. So we have a question here. How do you maintain consistency?
Perpetual, right? Consistency,
Yes.
ongoing.
Thank you for that.
Rituals. My rituals are reading. My rituals are working out. My rituals are growing in some capacity, whether it's reading a book and gaining access to more knowledge so I can be useful in that action, whether it's going to the gym and working on a specific part of my body, whether it's, eating habits, cutting things out or adding things to. I've made those a lifestyle. I've made those rituals. Rituals are another way to put rituals are habits. And so consistency comes from self-mastery. I gave up sugar, which took a long time, but I knew it didn't benefit me. And so slowly, I cut it out. And then one day I was just like, I'm done with this. This is no good for me. I love sweets. I love chocolate. I love caramel. And when I say I love. I can
have some caramel right now.
but I knew that it wasn't good for me. I was clearly at one time a meat eater. I don't eat meat anymore. I stopped eating meat. And people, when they look at me, I work out and they go, but you've got to eat meat. And I'm like, well, there's more protein in vegetables and beans than there is in meat. And so, I gave up meat. I don't need meat. And I think that's why, it's benefited me and why, I'm able to, I think better, think clearer, and make better choices and decisions because, people say you are what you eat. And you are what you eat because what you eat is what you think and what you feel. And what you think and you feel, creates what you do. And so it's this cycle that happens, right? This perpetual cycle. So if you think about programs, thoughts, actions, and results, what your mind is programmed is what you think is what you do, and what you do becomes a result of your life. And it's reciprocal. So I try to every day just work on something and being creative with something that I'm doing or developing myself, or it may be me stopping something that I've been doing for years, meaning getting a handle on something that really doesn't help me, you know. Um, I used to have a problem micromanaging, right? Like I would hire people to do things, but then I would be over their shoulders seeing if they do it. Like I just don't do that anymore because I trust the people that I work with. I trust them. So if I trust them, let them do the job. And so that's one of the things. Another thing is I really don't worry about what people think anymore when it comes to me. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what my intentions have been.
Yeah.
And I know things that I've said in my life and what I haven't said. And I know that, what people take for themselves, how people hear things, I can't help what people hear. I know what I said. And so it's important for us not to judge ourselves by what other people think of us,
Mm-hmm.
but really know what our actions have been. And it's up to other people to develop their hearing. It's up to us to develop our hearing, because sometimes other people have said things, and based upon how we hear, we didn't make choices that would help us in our lives because we hear what they said. Had we heard what they said properly or better, we would probably make better decisions and not put ourselves in compromising positions, right?
Exactly.
So I think it's about being acutely developed when it comes. We're on the 2 minute mark.
We're on the 2 minute. Our devices are starting to tell us, okay, plug in and shut down and wrap up.
Yes.
So really quickly, thank you so much for answering all our questions. I want to make sure that we definitely connect with the people that are on and just supporting us. We have a question here. It seems like from a mom who actually is looking for a little bit more career advice for her kids. Really quickly, if you could just give like a 30-second, 1 minute answer. She says, I have kids who are very talented in dance and acting. What do you suggest I do to get them exposure if I'm financially limited? Is an agent really necessary to do so?
Okay, one of the first things you want to do is not think about money. Money comes when you're good at what you do. Don't
Mm.
chase the money. People say, I'm chasing my dreams, I'm chasing money. If you're chasing something, it means it's trying to get away from you.
No.
Follow your dreams. Let it
Yes.
lead you. Again, vision. You don't need money if you have talent. The money comes. But as the mom or the dad or both, you need to know the business, because
Yes.
show business is a compound word. The show is your talent.
Mm.
The business is what you need to take care of and protect. So a lot of people have been taken advantage of or lost what they've earned because they focus so much on the show and not the
Mm.
business. So as the parent, you should be responsible for what happens to your children, not an agent, not a manager, because it may be times that you're going to tell your agent no, or the manager no. My child is not going to take off their clothes. My child is not going to kiss. My child is not going to do that. Like there was something on Netflix recently that I saw, and I love Raji, but there was a movie that she did on Netflix with this little kid, and this kid is cursing like throughout the whole movie, and it made me uncomfortable.
Mm.
And so it was uncomfortable to see this little kid distribute that much foul language in the movie. And so you have to know what you're willing to do and not do. Do agents help? Yes, but think an agent also represents 500 or 1,000 other children. A manager represents, 500 or 200 other people. So you have to be willing to do the work. They get 10% because they only do 10% of the work. People think that agents and managers do everything. No, they do 10% of the work, which is why they only take 10% of the money.
Yes.
You take 90% of the money. So you have to develop yourself to be, sharp enough of the tool that somebody's going to choose your child over. Literally, that's what it is. They're choosing your child over another child.
Yeah.
So you have to know the business enough. I say study the art, study the business of it before you throw your child to the wolves, because they are wolves.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And we don't want to get cut off. Darrin, thank you for spending your early morning, because you're on the West Coast. It's 11:46 on the East Coast. So thank you for spending your early morning with us, rising with us, giving us some of your gems. If you guys haven't gotten Life's Teachable Moments or any of his other books, pick them up today. I have pinned it in the comment section below. Make sure you also subscribe to the Youth Empowerment Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, do the bell, do the ding, everything so you can keep in touch with us. My name is Nyakana at Nyazuri. I am so honored to have been able to jump and partner with all of you and bring legendary Darrin D. Henson and all of his wonderful gems and positivity to you all. Stay focused, stay safe. Darrin, is there any other closing words you want to give before we get cut off?
Ms. Nyakana, I just want to thank you for coming on and just being so present at a time right now where it's necessary to allow people the opportunity to go, and grow and glow. And so you remember, winter doesn't last forever. Prepare yourself. This is a season, and this is the time to plant the seeds so you can reap your harvest. Don't sit around and procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Use procrastination against itself right now and build during this time. Remember, this is a mirror happening for you so you can see what you're doing or what needs to be done. Don't run away from the mirror. Look in the mirror and make the corrections that need to happen now. Also, I want to tell everybody, if you desire to order one of the books now or the t-shirts, today you will get a free health and fitness DVD where I talk about what to eat, how to eat, when to eat, what not to eat. There's cardio on there. There's weight training on there. So you pop the DVD in, you will get that free. That is a $20 value you're getting for free just for ordering one of the books or the t-shirts today. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank Young Executive. I want to thank everybody for spending the time watching us. And last but not least, I want to tell you about a new TV series that I have coming on the UMC network, which is called Double Cross, which is coming on in May. So follow the UMC app on Instagram, watch UMC. And then that show is called Double Cross. And then in June, the second season of The Family Business is coming back on.
If you don't know the business, now you know the business.
That's right.
Support our brother, all you queens and kings tuning in. Thank you so much for allowing us to share in your time. Thank you for spreading your light. We ask and pray that you go in peace, go in love, continue to live in your best life and continue to grow and glow. Thank you for all the gems that you dropped for us today. Guys, we love you. Stay safe, stay home, reach out, stay connected, no social distancing like our brother Henson
Physical,
said.
that's right. Physical distancing, not social.
Okay? Not social distancing. Stay focused, make your outcome list, control your thoughts, and live in your purpose, okay? Stop chasing your dreams, walk in your dreams. Thank you so much. Go in light, everyone.
Blessings. Thank you.
Blessings to you.